Hello, my fabulous story seekers. It's Stella here, ready to whisk you away on another tantalizing adventure from our series, based on not a true story. Buckle up, because this one is dripping with intrigue, passion, and all the makings of a modern-day fairy tale, complete with a masquerade ball. But remember, it's fiction, folks, so let your imagination run wild and keep the judgments packed away. Ready? Let's dive in. Our story begins with Eleanor, a name as regal as the woman herself. She's 29, stunningly enigmatic, with a pair of piercing blue eyes peeking out from a golden Venetian mask. Picture her now, dressed in a champagne-colored gown, decorated with delicate hand-stitched flowers, her hair twirled up in an effortless yet sophisticated bun. Eleanor wasn't supposed to be at this ball, but fate, or let's just say a slightly pushy best friend named Mia, ensured her attendance. The venue, an opulent historic mansion adorned with cascading chandeliers and walls lined with old-world paintings, was filled with whispers of secrets waiting to happen. Well, one secret, in particular, was about to unfold. Cue the first meeting. Eleanor steps discreetly onto the grand balcony, needing a moment away from the energetic crowd and the sea of masked revelers below. The crisp air hits her face, and just as she sighs in relief, she hears an alluringly deep voice behind her say, "Beautiful night for a grand escape, isn't it?" Cue the eye roll. "That's original," Eleanor quips, looking over her shoulder. Standing there, bathed in moonlight, was a man, broad shoulders, perfectly tailored black suit, and a mask as dark as midnight with a subtle silver shimmer. Let's call him Mr. Shadow. Mr. Shadow countered her retort with the faintest smirk. "You're witty. Most people would have swooned by now," he remarked. Intrigued but determined not to show it, Eleanor responded, "Well, I'm not most people." Something about their banter, sharp, playful, charged with an undercurrent of mutual attraction, created what I'd call a cinematic spark. The kind where even the universe seems to hold its breath. You know the kind. As the evening continued, fate, or perhaps Mr. Shadow's impeccable tactics, seemed to throw them together again and again amidst the swirling crowd. At one point, Eleanor found herself in a darkened alcove, starring in an impromptu waltz with Mr. Shadow. The music played softly in the background as he spun her effortlessly, whispering lines that would make any romance novel blush. Words like, "It's dangerous to be this close to someone you don't know." And Eleanor's perfect reply, "Maybe that's the thrill." But who was Mr. Shadow? Eleanor's curiosity was getting the best of her despite her resistance to the cliché of intrigue at a masquerade ball. "Your face may be hidden, but your reputation precedes you," she teased, testing him with her cat-and-mouse game. Yet every time she got closer to an answer, he would change the subject or distract her with his wit. She didn't need to see his face to know he was trouble, the good kind of trouble. Finally, as their chemistry reached its boiling point, Eleanor made the bold move. "So, are you going to keep me guessing all night? Or do we unmask this little mystery of ours?" To which Mr. Shadow, inches from her face, said, "Why rush the magic of mystery?" Classic line, right? I mean, the man had magnetism down to a science. Just as Eleanor was ready to throw inhibition, and maybe her golden mask, to the wind, the chime of the clock struck midnight. "Okay, are we in a Disney movie or what?" Eleanor blinked, and like something out of a fantasy novel, Mr. Shadow vanished into thin air. Well, not exactly. He disappeared into the crowd with the agility of a seasoned escape artist. All she found in his wake was an embossed silver card that simply read, "Until next time." My thoughts? Smooth criminal vibes, folks. Now here's the kicker. Was Eleanor heartbroken? Devastated by the sudden vanishing? Plotting to hunt down this mysterious man with unparalleled passion? Nope. She left the masquerade with a grin, taking it as the perfect universe-crafted adventure. A memory, a whisper of romance that didn't need the weight of reality. "Some mysteries are best left unsolved," she laughed to Mia later, tossing the card onto her dresser. Touché, Eleanor, touché. There you have it, my lovely listeners. A story of passion, wit, and just the right dose of suspense. Tell me, how would you have played it if you were in Eleanor's dancing shoes? Would you have unmasked the mystery, or done exactly as she did? Slide into the comments, or send me your steamiest, most adventurous fantasies. Remember, they don't have to be true. They just have to be juicy. Until next time, stay curious, stay playful, and always keep a little mystery in your life. This is Stella, signing off with kisses and chaos. See you in the next episode of Based on Not a True Story.